On Friday, August 9, 2024, sad news arrived from Brazil. In the city of Valinhos, an ATR 72 aircraft belonging to Voepass Airlines crashed into a residential area on flight 2Z2283 from Cascavel to São Paulo. What are the facts after the first 24 hours of the accident, and what remains unknown? The ATR 72-500 aircraft of the Brazilian airline Voepass Airlines, registration ps-vtb, took off at 11:58 local time from Cascavel Airport to São Paulo with 57 passengers and a crew of 4. However, Flight 2Z2283 never reached its destination. At approximately 13:22 local time, the aircraft crashed into the town of Valinhos as it was beginning its approach to São Paulo Airport. Terrifying footage of the uncontrollable plane crashing to the ground spread across the world within minutes. Unfortunately, no one survived the accident. Data from transponders collected by Flight Radar 24 and Radar Box provide important insights into how the incident unfolded. After taking off from Cascavel, the aircraft climbed to flight level 170, just over 5 kilometers, and continued without major issues towards the northeast until it reached the Valinhos area. At that point, according to the available data, the aircraft began to rapidly lose speed and subsequently altitude. This caused it to enter a position known in aviation as a flat spin. This maneuver is often seen at air shows, where top acrobats perform it with aircraft designed for such maneuvers. Unfortunately for the ATR, it was a maneuver from which there was little chance of recovery. But how is it possible that the aircraft lost speed and the pilots were unable to continue flying? It's true that every commercial aircraft is designed to glide for a certain period, even in the event of both engines failing. However, this was not the case for Flight 2Z2283. We will have to wait several months for the final accident report, but we already have a few clues that may help investigators. According to meteorological data, conditions existed in the area where the last few minutes of the flight took place that could cause icing on the aircraft. A warning about this phenomenon was publicly available. This phenomenon, where ice can begin to form on various parts of the aircraft, can make flying extremely difficult for pilots, and in some cases can have catastrophic consequences. A similar accident happened on American Eagle Flight 4184 in 1994. The YouTube channel Fly with Magnar has made an excellent video about this accident and icing. Whether icing played a role in the Voepass 2283 flight remains unknown at this time. After the plane crash, an investigation was immediately launched by Brazilian authorities. During the day, it was even confirmed that flight data recorders had been found. Authorities at a press conference confirmed that it must have been an extremely rapid and unexpected event, as there was no communication between the pilots, nor any distress calls or reports of adverse weather conditions. Radar contact was lost at 14:22 local time. Preliminary investigations suggest that the pilots in the cockpit that day had relatively little experience on this aircraft type. The captain was promoted just a year ago, and the first officer had only been flying the ATR for 8 months. Both pilots had previously flown other types of aircraft. Voepass is a regional Brazilian airline that only operates ATR turboprop aircraft in various versions. In 2023, nearly 740,000 passengers flew with this airline. Historically, ATR aircraft have experienced several serious and tragic accidents caused by poor crew decisions during engine failures. This type of aircraft may also be familiar to passengers from the Czech Republic and Slovakia. The ATR was part of the Czech Airlines fleet for 29 years from 1992. The ATRs were used on domestic flights as well as international routes. Typical destinations before they were retired included Bratislava, Košice, and Frankfurt. One passenger, however, did survive. Adriano Assis from Rio de Janeiro missed the flight because he mistakenly thought he was flying with a different airline to São Paulo. Instead of boarding the Voepass flight, he was waiting in Cascavel for a LATAM flight. By the time he realized his mistake, it was too late to board the ill-fated Flight 2283. He told TV Globo that he argued with an airline employee on the ground, demanding to board. He later noted that the employee did their job well and, as a result, saved his life. The crash claimed the lives of 57 passengers and 4 crew members, making it the deadliest aviation event since the beginning of 2024. Despite this, air travel remains the safest mode of transportation in the world.